Hey guys, I'm in my trailer that I haul my Ranger in, and I've been strapping it down over the last couple of years on the A-arms, front and back, and running it where I need to go. But I decided to get some wheel chocks, and so you can see this mark here is kind of where my back tire has been sitting. Well, with this new method, I'm going to go ahead and ride the Ranger right up to the front of the trailer and secure the front of it to the horizontal bars. But where this is really going to pay off is on the back side. I'm going to have these wheel chocks that'll be put in place. So we'll ride the Ranger in, put that up against the back tire. I'll mark these 6 holes, and then we'll go ahead and do the same on the front, mark those. And then I got this 1/4 inch bolt that is 2 inches long, and so that'll go on the top like that. And then on the underneath side, the underneath of this 2x6, I'll run these washers, and then I got locking nuts. So this will just help to dissipate the stress to be able to let that go a little bit further rather than just going up against the board. So these washers are fender washers are a really good idea to use these. But before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and clean the trailer boards off. You can see I got a little bit of dirt and stuff there, but anyway, this thing gets rode a lot, so I'm going to clean this up, and then I'm going to put another coating of this sealant on there. And this just happens to be the one that I use, but you can use whatever you want. And all this does is just to help to let these boards last a little longer. So what I do is I just put on latex gloves, use these foam throwaway brushes, and this is just a little bit easier on the cleanup. And this again will just help the trailer last a little longer. And then what I'll also do is, after I've got it sealed and I get these all marked, these holes, and drilled, I'll come back and I'll put a little bit run that foam brush to get a little bit of that sealant down on here, because these are going to be new holes. Okay, just about got this sealant wrapped up, and I just wanted to show you the difference. Now I've brought my Ranger up all the way to the front of the trailer, and I've ratcheted in, and now I've just set these in here. Next, what I'm going to do is just go ahead and mark these, and from there we'll go ahead and bring the Ranger off, and we will then drill out all of these. So I'm going to do this for all 4 of them. And just so you guys can see how I ratcheted that in, you can see this is right up on that front bar, and I just went over the control arm around here, and I just hooked it in. I just hooked the 2 hooks together. You can see right here, 1 hook, and then here's the other one. Okay, I went ahead and brought my trailer into the garage so I would just be out of the sun to finish this up. So I finished staining it, and then what I did is I've placed one of these wheel chocks right there, so then that way I can remark the holes. And the reason I'm doing that is with that sealant that I've put on there, and I used a black highlighter, it just was really difficult to see. I can see the 4 marks, but it was a little bit harder. So what I did is I went out and got one of these chalk markers, which you shake it up and then you hit that and it shows up with a white dot. So I'm going to go ahead and redo all of these right now. And then the other thing that I wanted to share is when I put these down, the back of the back tire was right here, so I was unable to mark these. So I need to go ahead and mark these on all 4 of them also. So okay, I've got the pilot holes and the 1/4 inch holes done on this side. Now we're going to go over and do the same thing to the other side. And just putting that pilot hole in there first just makes it set up so much easier to run these larger holes through. And then after that, we'll clean this up a little bit, and then we'll put some of the sealant in these holes or around these holes, which will get a little bit messy, but I'm trying to just get some of that down into where I've breached all these with these holes that we're drilling in these 2x6s. Okay, I went ahead and dusted off all the sawdust, and I already got the driver's side with the sealant. Now we're going to do the other side, the passenger. Okay, here's what I mean by it fills the holes up. So you can kind of see those are full, those have some around there. Okay, so we've got everything prepped, and I want to just walk you through how this is going to work. So we line these holes up with the chock, and this is where the front of the back tire is going to reside or rest right here. And we'll have another one on the other side. And on the top, we just run the bolts through. Okay, I convinced that one where it needed to go with the hammer. Now we're just going to drill this out a little bit. There we go. Okay, all 6 of them on the top, and we're going to have fender washer and a locking nut underneath. So I'll get set up there so I can show you that as well. And you can see where my 6 bolts are right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to start a washer and locking nut. Okay, this one right here is all the way in. Everything's screwed down, tightened down on the bottom, like I had showed you. Now I've kind of staged the next 3, so I'm just going to go ahead and get the tops ready, and then I'll go ahead and go down and do the bottoms, and we'll wrap this up. Okay, the way these straps work, you can see these 2 slots, depending on the size of your tire. I think these go from 10 inches to 30 inches, these straps, and I'm running 29, so I gotta probably go on the inside. But you can see this little release tab right here. That is how we lock this into the actual wheel chock. Okay, so you can see it on my thumb here. I open that up, put that in, and now that is locked in place. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to bring this thing right across the middle of the tire. And then from here, we're just going to tighten this thing up. You can see my thumb release. So I'm going to put that in, slide that through, and that allows the other side to come across. You see that's locked in now. And then from here, we just pull that tight, keep that in the center of the tire, and then we just ratchet it. You can just see that cramping down on the buggy. So there it is. I wanted to give one last follow-up on this wheel chock project. These ratchet straps have a tension rating, which is basically, if you have to stop in a hurry, the amount of weight they can hold or handle is, it increases by 3 times the amount of the vehicle. So my Ranger is about 1,400 pounds. And when I installed these Erickson system, the chocks and the straps, it was rated for about 1,500, and so I knew that wasn't going to work in a situation where I needed to hit my brakes. So I went ahead and just swapped out with this new system here that I have, which I'll have a link for, and it's just ANLU load. and these are rated for 4,400 pounds, which is going to be, of course, greater than my Ranger. So I just wanted to let you guys know that I went ahead and traded these out. These straps do seem a little wider, and the ratchet and the buckle seems to be a little bit heavier too. I can't say for sure that it is, but it just kind of appears that way to me, especially the ratchet. So I'm going to go ahead and load up my Ranger and take it out.